welcome back to our new episode. After an epic ride of more than 6.5 hours, a journey that took us through the winding emerald folds of Machang Chai, and into the lesser-seen valley of Muangdan, and then conquering the nearly 2,000-meter-high and legendary Ô Quy Hồ Pass, from the far side of the Fansipan mountain range, which was a long and rough ride that took us finally here into the foggy and cold town of the unbelievable enchanting community of the Sapa hillside. And after traversing through so many different scenic areas of the Hong Lean Sun mountain range, we can now witness the nightfall in this vicinity by ourselves. We surely can notice that this mountain retreat is really turning into a dreamlike world, with its softly glowing lanterns, illuminants that are flickering like guiding lights in the mist while our motorbike is echoing through this light-filled streets. But once we are turning into these countless narrow alleys which are filled with whispers of old stories that are drifting gently between the shadows, I cannot get rid of the feeling that it is trying to give us an interesting inside view into its fascinating, but not always very peaceful past. One of the undeniable wonders of Sapa is also how the cool and misty night air breathes actual life into its countless ancient mountain tales and making it like an eerie spell that is casting over this town. We really can feel that when darkness falls, Sapa does not merely awaken, it becomes enchanted and cloaked in a calm and timeless charm, a captivation that feels hauntingly beautiful and ageless. So, what are you waiting about? Grab your chips, sit back, relax and join us on our journey exploring the soul of Sapa, where every corner hides a story, and where every misty alley invites us deeper into its delightful magical spirit of this still not fully explored mountain community. We definitely can see that when night falls and the fog rolls in, this town comes alive with its sizzling street food and with its quiet charm. Grills here are crackling with mountain meats, hot pots bubble with fragrant herb soups, Italian-styled restaurants bake their pizzas at wooden-fired ovens, and the air fills with happy laughter and the scent of roasted sweet potatoes, a savor that is transforming this Highland town with every bite into a story that feels like being in a perpetual dream of cheerfulness. But Sapa's night magic does not end with only food and fog. Just steps away, there are warm herbal baths and soothing massages that is awaiting us weary travelers, offering ancient red Dao remedies that not only melts away the cold, but it also lets us chill away the foggy nights. For shopaholics there are the lantern-lit stalls that brim with handwoven scarves and silver trinkets, each one crafted with care and tradition, although be warned that the Hmong street hawkers can be sometimes too pushy with their product offerings. The best approach here is to engage respectfully, support ethical tourism initiatives, like the local cooperatives, and understand the deeper context behind the hustle. As for many Hmong sellers, being assertive is simply a part of their very survival. And so, as the night falls here in Sapa, the town reveals also its other side. Yes, it is not just a paradise for food lovers, but a haven for wellness seekers, where healing massages, vibrant markets, and warm mountain hospitality invite you to indulge, restore, and discover, beside the vexing hustle and bustle of the many street vendors. Here we are arriving at the Sapa Titi Homestay, my choice of stay here as it comes with spacious rooms and cozy bedding perfectly made to relax. The two-way air con is also perfect, giving us warm at night, and cool during the daytime. The staff are incredibly friendly and always ready to help, making us feel like a true home in the mountains, and a place to definitely stay again. And as morning light spills over the peaks of the Hong Lean Sun Range, Sapa is awakening to a beautiful day. The tree-covered hills and the terraced rice fields still shimmer with dew, and the valley below hums with quiet life. This is also the time when the mist lifts from the terraced slopes and the trekking trails begin to reveal themselves and showing the narrow paths that are carved into the emerald hills that seem to ripple with every breeze. When we go trekking here, it feels like with each step, the landscape is unfolding itself like a painting. As the bamboo forests swaying gently, the waterfalls are whispering in the distance, and rice paddies are cascading down the mountainous slopes in perfect harmony. Here we have trails that leads into the heart of the Mường Hoa Valley, where time slows and the rhythm of village life takes over. In THIဍN Ho, the Black Hmongs will welcome you with quiet smiles and vibrant embroidery that are stitched into their indigo-dyed clothes. Their children's run barefoot along stone paths, giggling as they chase the chickens, while the elders sit weaving hemp fibers into intricate patterns that have been passed down through generations. Further along, in the deep of the Lao Chải commune, the Hmong will offer us a deeper glimpse into their traditions. It is the area where we can discover ancient stone carvings that lie scattered across the valley floor, and which are a silent witness to century-old stories. It is also the place where we might be invited into a stilt house for a cup of herbal tea, experiencing their scent of lemongrass and wood smoke that fills the air, and their conversation that flows in a mix of gestures, laughter, and shared curiosity. From the Lao Chải commune, we can cross a suspension bridge that is draped in prayer flags, and arrive in the THIဍN commune, which is home to the Giáy people, known for their gentle hospitality and their colorful festivals. There the women are dressed in bright headscarves and prepare their yummy sticky rice and grilled vegetables, while the men recount tales of their mountain spirits and harvest rituals. This is a village that hums with quiet pride, and where ancient traditions still live on in every corner of the commune. Then in the village of Giáy Ta Chai, the Red Dao will greet us with their crimson headdresses and stories of their herbal medicine. As their knowledge of the forest is profound, they know every leaf, every root, and every flower that has a healing purpose. And so, trekking through their bamboo groves feels like walking through a living apothecary, where nature and culture is intertwining in a never-before-seen scenario. By the end of the journey, our boots will be muddy, our legs tired, but our heart will be full of knowledge and joy. As these villages aren't just stops on a trail, but they are real windows into a way of life that's resilient, beautiful, and deeply human, and this makes trekking here in Sapa not just about the views, but about the people, the stories, and their quiet magic of unbelievable connections. Here we are now at the Mường Hoa station, where the Sunworld Fansipan Legend cable car awaits curious tourists into their glass cabins. The gondolas are rising up to the legendary Fansipan mountain top. The summit is also known as the roof of Indochina. The cable car will float high above terraced rice fields, plunging ravines, and the emerald folds of the Hong Lean Sun Range. The clouds here are swirling below like a sea of silk, and the air grows cooler, thinner, more sacred. And in just over 15 minutes, the cable cars will ascend a distance of over 6.3 kilometers, climbing toward the summit of the Mount Fansipan, which is Vietnam's highest peak at 3,143 meters, with views that are stretching across mountains and sky, and which is nothing short of breathtaking. Once we arrive at the top, the landscape transforms into a spiritual sanctuary, with towering statues, pagodas, and the majestic Amitabha Buddha that will greet us in silence. The strong breeze up there is carrying whispers of an ancient legends, a dragon king, who is said that he ruled the skies and brought life to this land. Here, the locals still believe that the mountain holds spiritual energy, where clouds whisper ancient secrets, and where every breeze is still carrying the breath of legends. And this is the THIဍN Buddhist pagoda, which is dedicated to the goddess of mercy and also called Kwan Om, and located here at the Mường Hoa station within the amazingly beautiful Sunworld Fansipan Legend complex. The temple serves as a spiritual and cultural landmark for visitors who are ascending to the mighty Fansipan peak. The pagoda is surrounded by lush mountain scenery and offering a quiet space for reflection and prayer before the visitors continue their journey to the summit. Its architecture blends traditional Vietnamese design with serene natural surroundings, making it a popular stop for both pilgrims and tourists seeking the tranquility and its panoramic views over the Sapa Valley and the incredible Hong Lien Sun mountain range. Beyond its role as a transit hub that is leading up to the Fansipan mountain, the Mường Hoa station is also known for its beautifully landscaped Zen garden, featuring stone paths, manicured flower beds, and traditional Vietnamese architecture. So if you come here too, make sure to make a pause to admire these tranquil surroundings before you board the cable car that ascends through the Hong Lien Sun mountain range, as the garden offers not only a panoramic view of the valley below, but it also creates a peaceful atmosphere that blends in with its nature and culture, and transforming this station not just into a stopover, but also into a destination in its own right. Now we just entered the Mường Hoa station, which is the gateway to one of the country's most scenic rail journeys. It was built by the Sun Group and opened in March 2018, and this station marks the start of the Mường Hoa Funicular, which is also Vietnam's longest mountain railway, that is stretching for approximately 2 kilometers from the Sun Plaza in Sapa town, to here at the Hong Lien station, which is also the base of the Fansipan cable car terminal. This train station is a blend of European-style architecture and Vietnamese cultural motifs, which comes with elegant interiors that is echoing the charm of early 20th century train travel.
You work every day? No. So, coming a lot of people going back in the afternoon? Okay.
The funicular cabins are designed by the Swiss manufacturer Giáy and feature a vintage ceiling including epoch-style fans, soft lighting, and panoramic windows that frame the amazingly breathtaking landscape. Travel time to reach the Sun Plaza station in Sapa town will take us only around 6 minutes, but trust me, every second here is packed with scenic and architectural wonders of this marvel construction. The train glides past 2 tunnels and 4 viaducts, and is offering an uninterrupted view of the Mường Hoa Valley, as well as the patchwork of terraced rice fields, pine forests, and traditional villages. As the train descends, the views we can witness is just breathtaking as the valley below is wrapped in a sea of clouds, while above, the the Hong Lean Sun mountain range pierces the sky, its peaks glowing under the bright blue sunlit canopy. It is a surreal contrast, the mist below, the sunlight above, which makes this ride feel like a passage between two different worlds. And so, whether we are chasing the summit of Mount Fansipan, or simply savoring the journey, the Mường Hoa Funicular offers more than transport. It is a moving postcard of Vietnam's highland beauty and definitely worth the money. As its elegant stations and the ride with its panoramic views over the Mường Hoa Valley and the Hong Lean Sun mountain range, have certainly made it a signature attraction in the entire region of Southeast Asia. And as our ride on the Mường Hoa Funicular is now coming to an end, we will soon enter the iconic Sun Plaza station, a European-style building that feels like stepping into a different world. The Mường Hoa station was already stunning, but the Sun Plaza station with its golden arches and towering clock is really a world apart, as it stands like a European castle in the heart of Sapa and is drawing everyone's eyes. Inside the station, chandeliers are glowing above the vintage railings, and welcoming travelers to Vietnam's highest town, and just around the corner is the integrated and accor-managed Hotel de la Coupole, which is a masterpiece of style and storytelling. It was designed by the renowned architect Bill Bensley, and the hotel blends into the 1920s, an epoch that is combining haute couture style with ethnic hill tribe motifs. This unique design is creating a space that is both opulent and deeply rooted in the local culture of the Hmong ethnic groups. But as we see, Sapa is much more than a scenery, as this place is definitely a living tapestry of cultures. Here we met with some Hmong, the Dao, and the Tay locals, each with their own language, clothing, and stories. And we can say that their markets are really vibrant, their crafts intricate, and their hospitality is very humbling. Now since we have the 5 main ethnic groups here, namely the Hmong, the Dao, the Tay, the THI谊, and the Giáy, a truly amazing mixture of citizens which make Sapa into a living tapestry of threads of tradition. Let us talk about them and their traditions a bit. First are the Hmong people, which weave vibrant brocade fabrics using flax and indigo, and crafting symbolic patterns with beeswax resist techniques, where the beeswax is melted and applied to the fabric using tools like brushes, stamps, or enchanting pen. If you like to see them in action, you can do that by visiting the villages like Kat, where this artistry is passed from mother to daughter, and witness each stitch that is reflecting stories of love, ancestry, and resilience. Then here are also the Dao, and especially the Red Dao, which are famed for their intricate embroidery and silver jewelry. Their garments, adorned with dragons and stars, mark life stages and spiritual beliefs. Rituals like the Cap Sack ceremony and the fiery dance festival preserve their animist traditions and reverence for nature. The Tays are Vietnam's second largest ethnic group and live mainly in stilt houses amid bamboo groves and rice fields. Their culture shines through, then, singing, bamboo weaving, and seasonal festivals like Long Tong, which celebrate planting and community harmony. You might also ask what is, then, now, then, is a ritual-based vocal tradition that is performed by the, then, masters, which are spiritual leaders who sing prayers to communicate with deities and ancestral spirits. It is not just music, it is a ceremonial journey as the songs are poetic, often improvised, and accompanied by the tin tao, a traditional plucked lute made of wood and gourd. Now, and to not get confused, there are the Tay and the Thai, with the Tay who are living primarily in the northeast, like Chao Bang, Lang Sun, and parts of Sapa, and speak the Tay language, and practice then singing and ancestor worship. Where the Thai, which includes the black Thai and the white Thai, are more concentrated in the northwest, like Lai Chau and Sun La, and have their own dialects, clothing styles, and festivals. As for the Giáy people, they are found in the villages like Ta Van and are masters in cultivating rice and tea in terraced valleys. Their homes are often built from rammed earth and centered around ancestral altars. Though their clothing is modest, their festivals pulse with drums, gongs, and lantern dances, honoring spirits of land and water. Together, these groups with 3 other minor groups form a rich cultural mosaic where every craft, song, and ritual is a living thread that is adding to the uniqueness to the timeless story of Sapa. Although we have to admit that the weather can change in a matter of minutes to the altitude, one moment sunshine, the other one moment mist, and the next could even be rain. In spring, the rice terraces here shimmered with water. In autumn, they are turning gold, and I also learned that in the winter time, snow sometimes even dusts the peaks of the Hong Lin Sun mountain range, which is a rare sight here in Vietnam. And as we are now on our way back, I still remember the moment I arrived the first time here in Sapa. It is the town that is situated well over 1,500 meters above the sea level. The air here immediately felt cooler, cleaner, and somehow more alive, as this place is nestled deep in the mountain range of Hong Lin Sun. And this made this village not just a destination, but a revelation, because the fog here is curling through the valleys like whispers from the past, and the peaks are touching the sky which is so blue, it felt so surreal, it actually felt like I am somehow in Switzerland. And if you are still with me, thank you for joining this breathtaking ride through the misty heights of Sapa. But hold on, the adventure is far from over. As in our next episode, we trade alpine serenity for raw mountain roads. And tracing the wild curves of the DT-152, and down through the rugged Muong Hoa Valley, skimming past Muong Bo and the Linh Minh district, and plunging into the heart of the industrial Red River Valley near to the river town of Pho Lu. From there, we climb up the DT-153 into the highlands of Bac Ha, a quieter yet culturally rich district where over 18 ethnic groups, including the vibrant Flower Hmong, keep tradition alive in every stitch and in every song. So, buckle up, as this is not just a ride, but a journey into the soul of the eastern parts of the northern Vietnam, and I kindly invite you to join us and to be part of this new adventure too.